release of The Hunger Games was a huge success. The film grossed over $700 million at the worldwide box office. It was actually the 13th highest grossing film in the US of all time. The Hunger Games: Catching Fire releases on November 22nd. It's based on the second book in the Hunger Games trilogy. For Catching Fire, we really wanted to create a single destination on the web that had everything you wanted to see from the Hunger Games. These are some of the most passionate, dedicated fans for any brand on the web, and we wanted to create an amazing experience.
Hunger Games Explorer is the official destination for all things Hunger Games, and it's also a real-time social aggregation tool that pulls in content from around the web.
We've built this container that allows users to passively observe the conversation, but also actively push it out as well and interact with each other and potentially build relationships around the Hunger Games theme.
It was extremely important that we built this experience using next-generation technology, to have responsive design and multi-touch functionality, because our fans are consuming content about the Hunger Games on tablet, on mobile, on desktop, and we wanted to make sure that we created an experience that was amazing across all of those devices.
For the Hunger Games Explorer experience, we developed the platform thinking touch first.
The first time I saw the new Windows laptops, that you could scroll and that you could have a mouse and then that you could touch the screen, my mind was kind of blown. And I knew the way that we had been doing things before would have to change.
What's interesting is if you build for the mouse, it's not necessarily a good touch experience. But if you think touch first and you build it to be a great experience on a touch device, it's much easier to translate that to the mouse.
We use the MS Pointers API to normalize all of our mouse and touch gestures so that everything works the same whether you're using a mouse or whether you're using touch or whether you're using both at the same time.
Touch is the experience. It's the center of it, it's the heart of it. So we came up with a UX model that allows them to flip things in, flip them out.
We really dug into 3D flipping with 3D transforms. Spent a lot of time optimizing using request animation frame, so you don't end up causing the browser to do the same logic twice before it can actually show what it's calculated.
The backend intelligence on this platform is very interesting. We created an algorithm that essentially assigns a score to each piece of social content that we pull in.
The Hunger Games Explorer is nothing without the users. It's all about their content. We look through all of it. We see what's being shared the most. We see who has the most followers, what's been reblogged.
And based on that, the most relevant content is always floating up to the top.
The sheer enormity of this project is difficult to assess. All the technology, it's going to reach tens of millions of people.
We knew exactly the story that we wanted to tell online, and we needed a partner that could help us bring that story to life and bring the technology to the experience. And that partner was Internet Explorer.
They're essentially a creative technology partner for us. They facilitate this engagement by bringing us technology, helping us formulate the vision, and then we leverage it to create what we think has never been done before to promote a movie.
The beauty of the Hunger Games Explorers, we built it to evolve.
As the movie release approaches, the narrative starts changing and growing.
We have a ton more to come. Fans can definitely expect a much richer level of engagement and activity. I'm very excited about the release of The Hunger Games: Catching Fire on November 22nd. But I'm even more excited about the ride we get to go on leading up to its release.